Hello, my name is Marc from JazzGuitarLessons.net and you're watching the vlog, the JazzGuitarLessons.net vlog for January 31st, 2017. So a few things today on the radar. So we want to have some updates, slice of life, as I like to say it with my French accent. And then we'll be talking about an ear training exercise that's relatively easy that you could get in like 30 seconds. And more on that, let's do it. All right, so in the news today, we are January 31st, last day of January. So I wanted to say I can't wait for the winter to be over here in Canada. The lack of daylight, of sunlight, really, it hits me. It's sunny today, but it's very cold. So I'm happy that spring is just around the corner. Other important news, we have the Improv 101, so Jazz Guitar Improv 101 available. We did a pre-launch, so if you had your chance, you could get this course at 50% off, but for this period. So I'm still shooting videos. This is the black background. I use a GoPro, but this is what it looks like. It doesn't look exactly like that because I use the high quality, it's a cheap webcam straight on the computer. But anyways, I'm still putting the finishing touches, coming out Tuesday. So next Tuesday, stay tuned for Jazz Guitar Improv 101. And also in the news, I have dates for the recording of my new album. So people that have been following me, you know, I did a crowdfunding thing and I wanted to record the album in the past year or so, but it could never happen. We have studio dates, mid-March. So I'm really happy about it. I've been practicing a little bit. Not at all. I'm lying. I haven't been practicing. I just practiced to show people stuff. So I'm about to launch into this whole day of teaching. So this is where I do my practice when I show exercises and stuff, right? So mid-March, we have a full day of rehearsal, full day in the studio. We have all the tunes. I lost a staff member to a tour. I believe he's probably on tour right now as I'm speaking in Europe. So that's why we had to delay the recording. So now mid-March, set. Cool. Other than that, things are good. We're seeing when we will release Improv 102, Comping 102, and all these new things that are on JazzGuitarLessons.net. It's taking a different turn. And speaking of the devil, so I'm going to show you this ear training thing, but I want to mention the 3 pillars of improvisation, which is a blog post you can go and see. It's from the past couple of weeks, I think. The 3 pillars of improvisation are now my trademark method for teaching improvisation. So the course that's going to be published next week, is based on that idea that you can really work on 3 different aspects of improvisation, and that's all there is to it. Easy to learn, super easy to catch, to grasp, but lifetime to master, of course, like chess. So go and take a look at this blog post if you're interested, and we did a blog for each individual pillar too, to show you what it means to master the 2nd pillar of improvisation, say. So really interesting stuff, and it's the first time I teach improv for real. So I've done old videos past like 2010, 2011, where I would talk about improv on blues and what scales to learn and whatnot, but it's the first time we have this entire course, and it's not theory, it's not technical either. So I started to look at books and courses by other instructors and stuff, and I realized most people, what they're saying in their teaching is you have to know all this stuff before you start soloing. I'm like, nah, let's start soloing now and you'll pick up the stuff as you go. That's my approach. It's hands-on. It's been working magically almost with private students. So now I'm recreating this into an online course. So 3 pillars of improv, check it out. And lastly, before I let you go and start my teaching day, I have this exercise for ear training that I mentioned this in a vlog probably midsummer, where I use this guy. Sorry. The freeze pedal, where you press it and you retain the sound. So I would strike a chord and keep the top note consistent. Always the same top note, but it varied in function over different chords. So say C is the root note, the tonic of a C major chord, but C is also the flat 7 of a D minor 7 chord. These sorts of things. So that's ear training stuff I've been trying to get into my ears recently. So let's talk about this note. Do. I'm French, I'm francophone, right? So I say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, do. But now we're asking ourselves, can we play that note? And instead of perceiving it as do, we perceive it as re, so as 2nd degree. Re, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. So the C note is now the second degree in the B flat major scale. Strange fingering. You can bar it like this or whatever. So back to C. Do, 1, 2. Do, 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 do. So you see, the note occupies different roles. So the goal is to say, play the note and hear it how you would like to hear it. So now we use it as the first degree of the C major scale, as the second degree of the B flat major scale. It can also be the third degree of mi, re, do, A flat major, do, re, mi, do. So you see, it was the first degree of C major, second degree of B flat major, third degree of A flat major. And let's do one last one just for kicks. It's the fourth degree of the G major scale. Fa, mi, or 4, 3. Ooh, bloopers. Cable issues. Sorry, guys. So that's a neat little exercise you can try on your own, and it takes like 30 seconds to figure out. But then you just strike the note, just that single note, and then you try to hear it in the new perspective. You can do this as any degree of the major scale. You can do it for any degree of, well, any mode if you want. You can do this for any, you can consider like your C like an extension. Oh, what if the C is the 13th of my E flat 7 chord? Things like that. You can do it all and just force yourself to hear it before you confirm it. So this is Gary Peacock, the famous bass player, teaching. He says exactly that. It's, you use your ears, your inside ears to intuit. So intuition, to intuit what the actual key or tonality is that you're implying in your head. So this has nothing to do with using softwares to do ear training. This has nothing to do with dictation. You know, I've been to school. I went to school for music, classical and jazz, and it's like you take a dictation. It's okay, so you understand the functions. But doing this is very improv oriented. If you want to like build better ears for context. So that's it for JazzGuitarLessons.net vlog. Of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are interested. Please do. Share with your friends. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, idea, feedback. It's always really fun to answer to your comments. And as always, I will see you on JazzGuitarLessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar playing with a real teacher. Take care.